Neon signs glow in the misty evening. Classic cars line the narrow streets. The neighborhood pulses with old-world charm and new-world edge. A classic Italian restaurant. Red checkered curtains in the windows. Warm light spilling onto the sidewalk. A handwritten sign. Family-owned since 1952. The restaurant is elegant but worn. Dark wood paneling, vintage photos of Italy. White tablecloths that have been washed 1,000 times. Sunday night crowd, mostly regulars. Frank Sinatra plays softly from hidden speakers. Emma Russo, 24, beautiful in an understated way, moves between tables with practiced grace. White shirt, black slacks, hair pulled back. She's been doing this since she was 16. She knows every regular by name. She delivers pasta to an elderly couple. Emma, Signora Benedetti, your favorite. Extra garlic, just like you like it. Signora Benedetti, 80s. Lights up. Signora Benedetti, bless you, child. Your grandmother taught you well. Emma kisses the old woman's cheek and moves on. Antonio Russo, 65, Emma's father, works the stove with military precision. Sweat on his brow, passion in his movements. This is his life's work. Marco, the sous chef, 30, calls out. Marco Tony. VIPs just sat down. Table 7. Antonio glances through the kitchen window. His expression changes, fear, barely masked. Antonio, Madonna Santa. For men in expensive suits take their seats at the corner table. The best table, the one that's supposedly reserved, but never seems to have an actual reservation. Vincent Vinnie Castellano, 45, commands the space without trying. Tanned, perfectly tailored suit, gold watch that costs more than most people's cars. Everything about him says power. His eyes are dead. With him, Polly, 40s, built like a tank. Tony Barries, 30s, nervous energy. And Frank, 50s, quiet, dangerous. They don't look at menus. They don't need to. Emma approaches with water and bread. Emma, good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to Osteria Lucia. Can I start you with... Vinnie holds up his hand without looking at her. He's mid-conversation in Italian with Polly. Vinnie, so I told him you don't pay, you don't breathe. Simple mathematics. The men laugh. Emma stands there, invisible. Vinnie's unteed. Look at this one. Probably doesn't even know how to read. These waitresses, they hire anyone these days. Polly pretty enough to look at though. Vinnie pretty is cheap. I got 3 at home prettier than this, and they at least know how to bring wine without being told. Emma's expression doesn't change. She sets down the water glasses with perfect composure. Vinnie, though indeed, probably some Irish girl pretending to work in an Italian place. Wouldn't know real Italian food if it bit her. Emma interrupts in perfect, rapid-fire Italian. Emma, the special tonight is ossobuco, made with veal from Scarpetta Brothers, the same butcher my grandfather used in 1952 when he opened this restaurant. The risotto is carnaroli rice from Piedmont, the saffron from Abruzzo. The wine list includes a 1978 Barolo that you can't afford even with whatever dirty money is in your pocket. The table goes silent. Vinnie's head snaps up. Their eyes meet. Emma, and just so we're clear, I can read 4 languages, I have a degree in Renaissance literature from Columbia, and I know exactly who you are, Signor Castellano. My grandmother cleaned your mother's house in Palermo before you were born. So perhaps you should choose your words more carefully about who is cheap and who cannot read. You could hear a pin drop. Polly's hand moves toward his jacket. Frank tenses. But Vinnie starts to laugh. A real laugh, surprised and genuine. Vinnie, Dio mio. She has teeth. He looks at her properly now, really seeing her. Vinnie, though indeed. What's your name? Emma Russo. Vinnie Russo. Antonio's daughter? Emma, you know my father? Vinnie, everyone knows Antonio. Best chef in Little Italy. Maybe in all of New York. He gestures to the chair beside him. Vinnie's auntie, sit. Emma, I'm working. Vinnie, I'm asking you to sit. The threat is subtle but unmistakable. Emma doesn't flinch. She pulls out the chair and sits, spine straight, meeting his gaze. Vinnie, so indeed, you said my mother. You knew her? Emma, my grandmother knew her. Cleaned her house every Thursday for 10 years. She said your mother was kind. Generous. Nothing like. She stops. Vinnie like her son? Emma, your words, not mine. Another beat of silence. Then Vinnie laughs again. Vinnie, you hear this? Columbo couldn't get me to shut up, the feds couldn't get me to shut up. But this waitress. Emma, restaurateur's daughter. Vinnie, this restaurateur's daughter does it in 30 seconds. He leans back, studying her. Vinnie, so indeed. Renaissance literature. Columbia University. What's a girl like that doing carrying plates? Emma, this restaurant is my family's blood. My grandfather came here with nothing. Built this with his hands. My father has worked here every day for 40 years. Someday it will be mine. That's not carrying plates. That's legacy. Vinnie, beautiful and smart. Dangerous combination. Polly, careful. Vinnie, no, she's right. She told me who she is. Fair is fair. He extends his hand formally. Vinnie, so indeed, Vincent Castellano. People call me Vinnie. Emma, I know what people call you. And I know what you do. Vinnie, what do I do? Emma, you take things that aren't yours. You hurt people. You pretend it's about honor and family, but really it's about money and power. Polly starts to stand. Vinnie waves him down, never taking his eyes off Emma. Vinnie, you don't like me much. Do you? Emma, I don't know you. But I know your type. You walk into places like this, you demand respect you haven't earned, you insult the people serving you, and you expect everyone to bow and scrape because you have money and guns. Vinnie, that's fair. All of that is fair. He's quiet for a moment, then speaks more softly. Vinnie, auntie, my mother would have liked you. She didn't take any shit either. Emma, your mother cleaned houses for a living. She understood honest work. Vinnie, and she died with nothing. I swore I'd never be poor again. Never let anyone look down on me again. Emma, so you became what you hated. People look at you now, Senior Castellano, and they don't see someone to respect. They see someone to fear. There's a difference. The table is frozen. This woman just called out a mafia boss to his face. Vinnie stares at her. Then, incredibly, he smiles, a real smile, not the cold one he gives to his enemies. Vinnie, what's the Barolo? The one I can't afford? Emma, 78 Barolo Reserva. $200. Vinnie, bring me 2 bottles. One for my table, one for that couple over there. He points to Signora Benedetti and her husband. Vinnie, so indeed. And I want your father to cook whatever he wants to cook. His choice. His art. No menu. Emma, that could be expensive. Vinnie, I'm aware. You think I can't afford it? Emma, I think you can afford many things. The question is whether you deserve them. She stands, smooths her apron. Emma, conted. I'll bring your wine. She walks away. The men stare after her. Polly, boss, you want me to? Vinnie, you touch one hair on her head. I'll kill you myself. Tony Bariz, she disrespected you. In public. Vinnie, she told me the truth. When's the last time anyone did that? Emma enters. Her hands are shaking now, adrenaline hitting. Antonio sees her. Antonio, Emma, what happened? What did you say to them? Emma, he was rude. I corrected him. Antonio, you corrected Vincent Castellano. Do you know what he? Emma, I know exactly what he does, Papa. And I'm tired of men like him thinking they can say whatever they want because they have power. Antonio, Emma, you could have gotten us killed. Emma, or I could have shown him that not everyone is afraid. She pulls the wine from the rack. 2 bottles of the expensive Barolo. Emma, so indeed. He wants you to cook whatever you want. Chef's choice. His words, your art. Antonio stares at her, torn between pride and terror. Emma serves the wine. Vinnie watches her pour. Vinnie, your father. He's worried I'm going to hurt you. Emma, are you? Vinnie, do you think I would? Emma, maybe someone should. Maybe if more people did, you'd remember you're human. She finishes pouring and turns to leave. Vinnie catches her wrist, gently, but firmly. Vinnie, wait, please. The please surprises both of them. Vinnie, so indeed what you said. About my mother. What else did your grandmother say? Emma sits again, wary but curious. Emma, she said your mother had beautiful hands. That she loved opera. That she cried every Sunday because she missed Sicily. And that she loved you more than life itself. That you were her joy. Something crosses Vinnie's face. Pain, quickly masked. Vinnie, she died when I was 15. Cancer. We couldn't afford the good doctors. Emma, I'm sorry. Vinnie, that's when I knew. Being good, being honest, it gets you nothing but a early grave and a cheap funeral. Emma, or maybe it gets you the love of your family, the respect of your community, the ability to sleep at night. Vinnie, I sleep fine. Emma, do you? Their eyes lock. In that moment, something passes between them, recognition, perhaps. Two people from the same world who chose different paths. Antonio has outdone himself. Course after course arrives. Antipasti, fresh pasta, osso buco, roasted vegetables, tiramisu. Each dish is perfection. The other diners watch, curious. Vinnie Castellano, the most feared man in Little Italy, eating and occasionally smiling. Laughing even, when Emma brings him espresso with a knowing look. Signor. Benedetti leans over to her husband. Signora Benade, that girl has more courage than sense. But Dio, what courage. Vinnie pulls out a money clip, thick with hundreds. He counts out bills, then adds more. And more. Vinnie, for the meal, for the wine, and a tip for the waitress with the sharp tongue. Emma, we don't need your money. Vinnie, it's not charity. It's payment for the best meal I've had in years. And the best conversation I've had in longer. He stands, his men following. Vinnie, Thoantide, tell your father. If anyone gives him trouble, anyone at all, he tells them Vinnie Castellano says this restaurant is protected. Capice? Emma, we don't need protection. We're honest people. Vinnie, honest people need the most protection. The world isn't kind to people like your father. He pauses at the door, turns back. Vinnie, Thoantide. My mother's name was Lucia, like your restaurant. Emma, I know. My grandmother told me. Vinnie, when your grandfather opened this place, she sent him flowers. She barely had money for food, but she sent flowers because she believed in people who built honest things. He looks around the restaurant, really looks at it. Vinnie, Thoantide. She would have been proud of you, standing up to a man like me. Not many people have the spine for it. Emma, will you come back? Vinnie, would you want me to? If you come to eat, to appreciate what my father creates, to be part of this community, yes. If you come to intimidate, to show power, to make people afraid, no. Vinnie considers this. Vinnie, fair enough. Maybe I'll surprise you. Emma, maybe you will. Vinnie and his crew walk to their cars. Polly can't contain himself. Polly, boss, what the hell was that? She talked to you like, Vinnie, like I'm human? Like I'm not God? Yeah. Refreshing, isn't it? Polly, but boss. Vinnie, you know what I see all day? Fear. Lies. People telling me what I want to hear. That girl in there? She looked me in the eye and told me the truth. When's the last time that happened? He opens his car door, then pauses. Vinnie, Thoantide. My mother would have liked her. The restaurant is closed. Antonio and Emma clean up. Antonio counts the money Vinnie left. It's at least triple what the meal cost. Antonio, Emma. What you did tonight. It was brave. And incredibly stupid. Emma, maybe. But Papa, I'm tired of men like him thinking the world belongs to them. Antonio / he could have hurt us. Destroyed everything. Emma, or maybe he needed someone to remind him that power isn't everything. That there are things money can't buy. Like respect. Real respect. Antonio pulls his daughter into a hug. Antonio, you're just like your grandmother. She never backed down either. Emma, she taught me well. Lunch service. The restaurant is busy. Emma moves between tables with her usual grace. The door opens. Vinnie Castellano walks in, alone, no crew. He's dressed more casually, less intimidating. The restaurant goes quiet. Vinnie walks to the bar, sits on a stool. Emma approaches cautiously. Emma, Senior Castellano. This is unexpected. Vinnie, I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd try the lunch special. Emma. No bodyguards today? Vinnie, you said if I came to eat and appreciate. So I'm eating and appreciating. She studies him, then smiles slightly. Emma, the special is pasta e fagioli. Peasant food. Nothing fancy. Vinnie, my mother used to make pasta e fagioli. I haven't had it in 30 years. Emma, then you'll have pasta e fagioli. Vinnie eats slowly, savoring each bite. Emma watches from across the room. When she brings him espresso, he looks up. Vinnie, it's good. Really good. Emma, my father's recipe. He learned it from my grandfather, who learned it from his mother in Napoli. Vinnie, that's what you were talking about. Legacy. This is what you meant. Emma, yes. Vinnie sets down his spoon. Vinnie, you know what I'm leaving behind? Fear. Money. Maybe some territory. But nothing like this. Nothing that matters. Emma, it's not too late to change that. Vinnie, isn't it? Emma. My grandmother used to say, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Vinnie laughs quietly. Vinnie, wise woman, your grandmother. Emma, she was. She also said, you are not your father, you are not your past, you are only your choices from this moment forward. Vinnie, you think I can change? At 45? Emma, I think you came here alone today. That's already change. They share a look. Understanding, respect, the beginning of something neither expected. Vinnie, can I come back? For lunch sometimes? Emma, if you come as Vincent, not as Vinnie Castellano the boss, yes. Vinnie, deal. He leaves money on the bar, exact change, no more. Emma notices. Approves. Vinnie sits at the bar reading a newspaper. Emma pours him coffee without asking. It's routine now. Other customers barely notice him anymore. He's become part of the fabric of the place. Antonio emerges from the kitchen, stops when he sees them talking and laughing about something. He shakes his head, wondering how his daughter tamed a wolf. But Emma doesn't see it that way. She didn't tame him. She just reminded him he was human.